Hi, it's Ryan from Breach Band Clear. We're here to talk about ear defenders. My previous job was in the artillery. We had a lot of loud noises around us, as you would expect from a giant casing filled full of cordite exploding near your head. In that time, I managed to damage my ears. We didn't have the appropriate hearing defenders at the time. We needed to have earplugs and ear defenders, but we didn't have ear defenders that fit underneath our helmets. So we could only wear them when we were wearing our bush caps at the time. Later, as I swapped to the Air Force, I got more options for ear defenders. We got custom molded ones. These are custom molded, not the ones that I have. I have silicone ones at work. I've used over-the-ear earphones like these. These ones are nice because they have Bluetooth. And I've used types like this that mount to a helmet. The one that I really struggled with was just in-ear electronic earphones. I've tried these ones here. They worked pretty good, but they weren't perfect. That was until I found the Etymotic Gunsport Elites. I will start off by saying these are not cheap. That said, you only get one set of eardrums, so kind of pick your poison in this case. For me, these became really important with how clear I was able to have conversations when using these. We're going to get into opening them up, show you kind of what little bit's inside the case, and explain my experiences with them. So, inside the case, you have a charging case. It has your earphones. It has a second set of plugs. It has the tool for removing the filters in here. And it has your charge ports and your charge indicators on the screen right here. I chose to use the foam earplugs versus the little Christmas tree style earplugs that are in there because the foam ones have a higher NRR. For those who don't know, NRR is a noise reduction rating. Decibels are a logarithmic scale, so every decibel that's one higher above it is substantially higher than it. It's not just a straight line, it goes up like this. So 100 decibels versus 101 decibels, there's a significant difference. When we're dealing with firearms, we're dealing with things that are plus 100 decibels, which is damage to your ears. The NRR of the foam plug is 28. The NRR of the Christmas tree is 24. That said, your ears might like one more than the other. Everyone's ears shaped differently, and you can also buy other type of earplugs that'll fit on these. They're called Comply on Amazon. They're the same kind of style you'd find on a set of Sony earbuds. The case itself is well made. It closes with a nice, easy to open and close mechanism. Inside, it's got your information about all the different items that are in the case. It'll have your charge port here. This is probably the only negative I have about this one is it's still micro USB. I have talked to the company. They said it will be USB-C in the future, but they don't know when. The storage case holds your little tools for your filters, which is convenient to have in there. And then obviously your Christmas tree style ones in there if you want to use those or happen to lose one of these or it gets damaged at the range. The nice thing about these is, unlike the regular Gunsports, these ones have the internal battery in the case and is rechargeable, whereas the regular Gunsports use hearing aid batteries. I would absolutely forget to bring those to the range, so it's nice to always have this charged in my bag. I do have to take it out about once a month that I throw it on the charger and keep it up to charge. The batteries in these last an entire range session. I have yet to have it run out. If you were going to go do like a 20-hour or something range session, then yeah, you might run out of battery power. But that said, a regular person's range session is completely fine. The case actually quick charges them. So you just toss them back in there when you're having a break, getting some water and whatnot away from the firing line, let them charge up. Then when you're done, pop them out, and you have your batteries already charged up for you. The foam tips here go under your ear. You kind of squish them like a regular foam earplug. Grab your ear, insert them in. Once it's in, there's a little button on the actual individual plugs themselves. It gives you a little doo-doo-doo, letting you know it's on. You have to do each plug individually. So once this one is in, I put it in my ear, turn it on, it gives a little boop boop, lets you know, and then you can now hear. The level of amplification for this is slightly above normal, but it does cut out loud noises. When we're at the range, we have my shotgun out there underneath an enclosed roof. There was no issues. I didn't have a sore head or anything like that. And it's not exactly an overly long barreled shotgun. The other setting on these, after you turn it on, is what I call superhuman hearing. This is where you can hear your hair growing. So if you press it once more, it now super amplifies that. If you're really deaf, that might be helpful. Or if you need to absolutely hear everything that's going on in a very large radius. Every time you press the button on the side, you get met with a little sound indicator letting you know what setting it's at and how it's working. They're very easy to install, very comfortable for a long period of time. The other benefit of these is if you're wearing a helmet or other things that would interfere with wearing a headset on top of your head. So not every helmet is set up for arms like this, or you might just not be able to afford both set of arms and earplugs when you're wearing no helmet. You can use these instead, where it'll work with both, and you can take your helmet off and still keep your hearing protection if you need to scratch your head or do whatever. I have spent a lot of money over the years on hearing protection. What you see on the table is maybe a tenth of what I've used over the years, trying to find the perfect one. These ones are the perfect range earphones. The only thing I could say, if they had Bluetooth, they'd be number one, but for their size, I can see why they don't. That would kill the battery a lot quicker. What do you think about these? Are these something that you'd pick up? Or do you think the price isn't worth the squeeze? Do you have hearing issues? Do you wear hearing aids? Does that stop you from wearing them? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, it'd be great if you like, follow, and subscribe. Thank you.